Superhero Deep Dive. Hello, comic book fans, superhero movie fans, and fans of superheroes in general. Welcome to another episode of Superhero Deep Dive. I am your host, Jason, and I have a great episode scheduled for you tonight. Before I get into it, let me get all my disclaimers out, and we'll knock this out. So, the information is pulled from different sources across the internet and may or may not be completely complete, but they do give a really good insight on the current superhero. Also, if things you feel are left out, it's usually because I don't feel that they're important to the development of the character, or they may have been retconned to where it wouldn't really matter anyway. And if you guys hear any weird noises, it's because my animals are attacking my setup. I have a cat on my desk and I have dogs walking around my office, so it's great. I love life. Alright, this week is a listener request. They asked me to cover Angela. So I told them I would cover Angela, but only from Image Comics and not the Marvel Comics Angela, who's the same character, but it's just been tweaked. And I don't necessarily like the tweaks. I respect what they did to fit her into the universe, but at the same time, that it's not the Angela I know, and I feel like they're going to end up doing a lot more with the character. So I didn't want to cover it. It's been around for a few years now, and I still think that that's relatively new in comic book terms. So we're covering Angela from Image Comics. Now, Angela is primarily a Hellspawn Slayer and achieved the top marks in her class, and she has killed over 30 Hellspawn and relishes the opportunity to hunt whatever Hellspawn is out there, which includes Al Simmons, the Spawn, that guy. So, like most angels, Angela is unable to recall her exact moment of birth. However, she was born from 5 mortal souls being melded together and created in pure light emitted from God's pulse. Each one of the 5 chosen souls had died too early, sacrificing their life to save their loved ones. Each one had seen the specter of death, Dierges, just before being taken by death, but were plucked away to heaven by the angel of their loved ones. Throughout Angela's life, she saw visions of the 5 souls' previous lives and felt connected to them and their emotional toils. So I kind of like that. It kind of gives a different take on the creation. And it was, so it's not just like, yeah, she's just an angel from heaven. Like, it actually gave kind of certain sacrifices and things like that. So kudos for that. And that's your introduction to Angela. Sorry, I had to get a sip of coffee. I forgot to give all my other Twitter, Instagram things. I'll do that later. So just stay with me, okay? Because apparently my mind is in different places today. Alright, but back to Angela. Her first mentor in heaven was Catherine. Now, Catherine warned Angela to never back down against darkness and always show a warrior spirit in battle. God then guided her in understanding that emotions know nothing of time and are embodied by women. Okay. Women act as containers and occasionally need to unleash that emotional element. She discusses how the fire is stoked by anguish, and even life itself is born out of anguish. She explains to give birth to the universe another child, she must destroy those who stand atop it, namely Dierges, the man that has haunted her since her creation and the 5 souls that created her. She vowed revenge on Dierges from that point forward and planned on murdering him. Because that's what angels should do, right? I mean, I thought we shouldn't do that, but whatever. I'm not writing this. I'm just here. Anyways, for years, Angela has hunted Hellspawn. One of the earliest was when she hunted and murdered the medieval Hellspawn in 16th century England. She followed the rules of engagement and lured a newly created and confused Hellspawn to a remote location, and then used her dimensional lance to kill him. In 1997, to keep Heaven's agreement that a creature of Heaven should not hunt Hellspawn unless they have a Hellspawn hunting permit. Are you serious? Look, I love going fishing. I'm an avid fisherman. So I have to have a license. I have to have a permit to go fishing. You should not have to have a license to hunt a spawn from hell. Like, I mean, that's like a demon, right? You shouldn't have to get special permission. You should be able to do that. What? Maybe I'm just looking at it through rose-colored glasses. I don't know. Maybe it's just logic. But anyways, she had to have her hunting permit. Angela visited Terran Affairs headquarters to show she had a valid permit. Her goal was to hunt the newly resurrected spawn on Earth, and upon verifying that she had a valid permit, Gabriel allowed Angela to proceed and requested she make the kill quick. However, she was confused by the resourcefulness of the spawn and fell into his cape. She escaped by teleporting back to Elysium, but lost her dimensional lance in the process. 1 year later, on her 100,000th birthday, Angela treated herself to hunting a Sandalphon dragon on Sandalphon 5. After a reckless battle that ignored her previous training of how to hunt, she was surrounded by 300,000 agents of Heaven and placed under arrest for treason. Man, the girl's just trying to have a birthday. Like, let her be. Anyways, upon being transported back to Elysium, Angela discovered Gabriel had betrayed her and falsified information about her hunting expedition against Spawn. Upon consulting with her support network... What? Angela's friend assisted in traveling to Earth to bring Spawn to Heaven and testify on her behalf. Okay, I'm going to stop right here for just a minute, and then I'll get back into it. I'm going to rant about Image Comics. Image Comics, when they came out, was amazing because they had all these ideas, they had all these kind of boundary-pushing characters and concepts, and I'm going to get a sip of coffee. Like, they had all these. And, like, take Spawn, for instance. He was manipulated into being a general of hell, you know, to see his family, and then they just backstabbed him, so he turned against them. Great premise, right? Here, Angel that's supposed to be hunting Hellspawn, because that would make sense, right? It's a great premise. Execution sucks. Image Comics, this is why all your properties have gone to other companies. And I'm sorry, unpopular opinion, maybe not, I don't know. But stuff like this is what's messing you up. And was what always has messed you up. You guys have great concepts, your art is incredible, your character concepts are phenomenal, your execution sucks. Just pull the trigger, dude. Like, just write a good story for once. Anyways, back to Angela. Sorry, hopefully we won't run across this stuff to make me rant anymore. Anyways. Okay, so Spawn was going to come to Heaven to testify. Alright, during their trial, Heaven revolted at the sight of a Hellspawn in its courts and immediately called for its execution. Angela escaped with the help of Spawn by teleporting through his cape in the same manner he used when he first fought her in battle. So maybe she'll get her spear back, right? However, this escape with Spawn made her appear even more guilty to Heaven, and she was declared a traitor of Heaven and excommunicated. While the duo escaped, they began discussing their plights and eventually formed a physical and emotional relationship with each other. Because Todd McFarlane's a perv. I'm just going to go and say it. Alright, after their evening together, they awoke the next day with renewed vigor and distrusting each other. With the help of several friends in Heaven, she escaped and returned to Heaven, and Spawn was displaced in Alabama. Angela formed a plan with her friends and headed to Terran Affairs headquarters to confront her accuser, Gabriel. Or Gabrielle. I don't know which one this is. But yeah. She secretly recorded the conversation with Gabriel or Gabrielle, in which she confessed to all her crimes. Angela turned the evidence over to her lawyer, Kalindra, and instead of returning to Elysium, she decided to stay a free agent and continue freelance hunting. Maybe with her freelance, I don't know. Angela continued hunting for fees, but found little satisfaction as she felt her true value was in hunting Hellspawn. Angela soon found herself on Pentagus Fraser, contracted to battle the Argus. Sorry, this is the dog. You know, I guarantee there's nothing going on. They're just freaking out. Alright, but the Argus is a spider technovirus that feeds off souls and blood. During the battle, the normally stoic Angel was caught off guard from seeing Dierges. She suddenly had flashbacks to her creation of the 5 melted souls that created her. Since each soul had seen Dierges as its last thing in the living realm, she panicked and froze. The Argus took this moment to knock her off balance and ensnare her in its techno web. It soon unleashed the Crone and exploded to cause a singularity threatening the melding of universes in the Eternal Triumvirate. They like big words in these. Alright. Angela was pulled momentarily to Earth to witness bolts of light striking Al Simmons and ripping the Terran Affairs headquarters in half. Upon returning to Limbo, she faced Lilith, who betrayed heaven and served as an anti-angel. Isn't an anti-angel just a demon? I mean, maybe I'm crazy. Maybe it's Maybelline. I don't know. Alright, during her battle with Lilith, it's revealed she carried with her an Elysian lock, a device that contained all the timelines of angels. That's a dramatic pause because I want you all to take that in. She once again bore witness to Dierges watching over her during the battle. Remembering Catherine's teachings from when she first became an angel, she harnessed her emotional rage and anguish and threw Lilith into the Argus and smashed the Elysian lock in a reckless gambit to stop the universe from imploding. Of course, she was successful and restored the Terror of Universe to normal. While Angela continued her freelance activities with her freelance, she was suddenly summoned back to Elysium by Metatron. She was informed that Celestine had gone rogue with a host of angels to wage war on heaven. Gosh, God bless it. Okay. Angela tracks Celestine to the Isle of Paradise, where she is subjecting the local women to fight her battle for her. When Gloria arrives, she attacks her, thinking she is fighting for Celestine. The two soon realize they both have the same common enemy of Celestine and join forces to free the local from Celestine's control. During the battle, Celestine slips away. Because when you have two people fighting against you, it's easy to slip away, right? Because that's double attention on you. God bless it. Okay. We don't have too much longer for the Image Comics run. On Orbital Angel Station. There's an Orbital Angel Station. Celestine retrieves her true goal, Elemental Fire. The US government dispatches Youngblood and Team Youngblood to investigate the station because Youngblood and Team Youngblood are totally separate. Right? I don't know, I think that's just bad writing still. But anyways, but finds Celestine had already fled to the Middle East where Angela heads to cut her off. In the Middle East, Gloria and Angela battle the angels Celestine, Astra, and Crystal. They are soon outnumbered as Celestine uses the elemental fire to raise the dead and fight for her. But they would have already been outnumbered because it was Gloria and Angela, that's 2. And then you have Celestine, Astra, and Crystal, which is 3. So you're already outnumbered. God bless it. This is so frustrating. This is too frustrating. Alright. As the dead are slowly beaten back by Angela and Glory, Celestine throws a fit. Glory points out that something is amiss as an angel would not summon the dead nor throw a fit. Maybe because Angela just celebrated a 100,000-year-old birthday, so you'd think that the other ones are similar ages and maybe have a little bit maturity and are not throwing temper tantrums like babies. Maybe that's just me. Maybe it's Maybelline. Alright, Angela and Glory are shortly thereafter saved as all the corpses cease to move as Maximage cuts off the elemental firepower source to Celestine. After being knocked out by Celestine, Angela is saved by Maximage, terrible name, who recently used her powers to reveal that Celestine was being controlled by Malbosia, which is their version of the devil. Angela and Celestine agree to travel to Hell to retrieve Celestine's soul from Malbosia, and they are initially toyed with as Malbosia reveals he is all-powerful and will soon overthrow his boss. However, Malbosia isn't the devil. He's the guy under the devil, however, Lucifer suddenly appears and vanquishes Malbosia as punishment. Lucifer then informs Angela that Elysium is one of the 10 levels of Hell, and Angela becomes speechless for the first time in ages. Having freed Celestine, Angela returns to her freelance hunting duties with her freelance. Later, Angela was killed during the battle with Malbosia, but it shows her returning, so this is stupid. Gosh, this is stupid. So Elysium, which is one of the places in heaven, right? Is actually one of the levels of Hell? Damn it, Todd McFarlane. Damn it. I'm sorry. I try to run a family-friendly podcast, but he made me cuss. But that's Angela's history. What do you guys think? Are you as frustrated with it as I am? At this point, I was really upset that Angela was moved over to Marvel. And I'll tell you why in a minute. But after reading this, I'm kind of glad because at least there might be some consistency. But let me know what you guys think. If you want, I'm going to give my normal, my shout outs and what have yous. You can catch me on Twitter and Instagram and Twitch, but I'm never on Twitch, so you can, and maybe I'll get a notification on my phone. But it's under Super Deep Dive, and I use the hashtag superherodeepdive. You can catch me on YouTube. Every Tuesday at 8 a.m. Eastern Time, I upload a new video. And that's Superhero Deep Dive. I would really, really, really appreciate it if you guys commented, liked, subscribed. If you subscribed, that's wonderful. If you commented, that's even better. If you played in the background on mute, that's okay because I won't know anyway. But I would appreciate it because I'm trying to grow the channel, just to help me out with this. But it would be wonderful. Let's see, what else is there? You can email me directly at b4itall@yahoo.com. So b4itall@yahoo.com. You can catch me every Tuesday and Thursday throughout the day on Outworld Fleet Radio. That's an internet radio station, and their website is www.un-con-ventional.com/radio. And of course, you can hear me wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. So yeah, there's all that. Let's get into her powers. Angela has quite a few powers. She's immortal, so to speak, unless she's killed in a battle with Malbosia because of bad writing. She has teleportation. She has superhuman strength, superhuman reflexes. She was able to take on the Sandalphon dragon and react to its attacks with lightning quick speed. She's got charisma. Yeah, like me. She's great in hand-to-hand combat, and she can track. As an angel, Angela is able to track Hellspawn whereabouts. So she has that tracking ability, kind of like a radar, a Hellspawn radar. She also has her dimensional lance, and this is great. She has angelic ribbons. Angela wears a ribbon around her body that radiates heat to keep her warm because she doesn't wear many clothes. Just put on an extra layer. It's fine. But it has a sentient aspect to it and communicate with Angela. You know what it's probably saying? It's like, hey, put on some clothes. Just saying. Maybe, maybe not. Okay, fun facts. I have not been able to verify some of these. Angela supposedly appeared in the animated TV series for Todd McFarlane's Spawn, which was an awesome series. It might actually be on YouTube. Angela made her first Marvel animated appearance in the Guardians of the Galaxy episode where We Are the World Tree. She accompanies Thor into attending a statue unveiling on Spartax that depicted the years of peace Spartax had with Asgard. Angela gets into a brief sword fight with Gamora, and later on she faces Gamora again when the Guardians of the Galaxy end up in Asgard. In the episode Asgard War Part 1, Lightning Strikes, Angela accompanies Thor in the war against Spartax. In the episode Asgard War Part 2, Rescue Me, Angela accompanies Thor in the Destroyer armor into assisting the Guardians of the Galaxy into rescuing Star-Lord from Thanos. Angela, I don't remember this at all, so I'm going to have, maybe it's on YouTube. I'm going to have to look it up, but Angela supposedly has a brief cameo in the live-action film adaptation of Spawn, portrayed by Laura Stepp. I don't remember this at all. And I think that's something that I would have geeked out over. So if it's there, let me know. If you know the clip and see it, leave it in the comments. Leave a link in the comments because I would love it. Or email me. Let's see here. Angela appears in the mobile game Guardians of the Galaxy, the Universal Weapon. She also appears in the Facebook game Marvel Avengers Alliance, which I really miss that game. She's also a playable character in the mobile game Marvel Future Fight and Marvel Contest of Champions. She's also a playable character in Marvel Heroes. And in the Marvel game, let's see here. She's a recruitable character in Marvel's Avengers Academy during its A-Force event. Angela is also the subject in a song by heavy metal band Iced Earth called The Hunter, which appears on their Spawn-themed concept album, The Dark Saga. Which, that leads me to say, if you guys have never listened to the Spawn movie soundtrack, it is legitimately one of the best movie soundtracks of all time. They had all these heavy metal, an alternative techno, dark techno industrial kind of bands, and they all grouped together. So each song was two different groups together doing a song, and it was amazing. Sorry about the dogs. Let's see. Angela's been featured in HeroClix collectible miniatures game, and she's also been announced for Marvel Crisis Protocol miniatures game. A couple more things. In 1995 and 96, Angela was nominated for, but did not win, a number of Wizard Fan Awards. 1995 favorite villainess. In 1995, character most deserving of own ongoing title and a favorite one-shot or limited series. And in 1996, a favorite heroine. I'm sorry, the dogs are really freaking out because they're dumb. There's nothing going on in my house. They're just running and wrestling each other. I have two dogs and they're wrestling each other. So I apologize, guys. Alright. Let's see here. But yeah. So let's talk about Angela going into Marvel. So here's the deal. Angela, and this is actually pretty pertinent because if you guys haven't watched the Netflix series Sandman, you should. It was created by Neil Gaiman. Okay? Fantastic writer. Angela was actually created by Neil Gaiman. And was brought in. They did all this stuff. Neil Gaiman wanted to hold on to the rights to Angela. And Todd McFarlane and Image Comics, or let's just say Image Comics, because I don't want to put it all on Todd McFarlane, because it may not have been just him. It may have been, I don't know if he was still in charge of the company at this time or what, but at the time, they Image Comics had claimed because Neil Gaiman had created Angela while he was with them, then Angela was actually their creation. And it was a long battle. I believe it was settled in 2012, maybe? I think that's what it was. Because I think she debuted in 2013 for Marvel. So everything had been settled in 2012, I believe. But where Neil Gaiman actually won the rights because he wasn't under like an exclusive contract with them. So he got to keep the character, and then he sold it to Marvel. Which is fine because Neil Gaiman is forever known for Sandman, and it has a very unique writing style that I think that became Neil Gaiman's signature. But it's really cool that this was requested and they had this connection to a show that is out and like, by all intents and purposes, called like a perfect adaptation. I saw it. Wasn't really into Sandman in the beginning. There's some things that I'm just like, wow, it's a lot, but I thought it was great, and I can't wait for another season because I'm sure it's going to get one. If they don't, then that's bad on Netflix. Like, it's a really bad move. But anyways, what do you guys think of Angela? Like, she's got a weird history, right? Terrible writing. Great premise, terrible writing. Moved over to Marvel. She's moving on to bigger, better things. My dogs are still stupid, but it's okay. I love them anyways. They're just wrestling each other right now. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Once again, I am on YouTube under Superhero Deep Dive. Comment with any kind of questions, critiques, requests for future episodes. If you have any other fun facts, that would be great. I love having discussions. If there's anything you'd like to add to it, like I said, I love having these discussions. I think they just ran into the bathroom, so awesome. I love having my episodes constantly interrupted by the animals. It's so fun and so professional. Anyways, you can always email me as well at B4, so B4itall@yahoo.com. And you can catch me on Twitter and Instagram, and let's be honest, I'm not on Twitch, but you can catch me on those on Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch under Super Deep Dive, and I use the hashtag Superhero Deep Dive. But let's get into power expansions. This is where I talk about, like, can we do another comic with them? Can we do a animated series, a live action series, a movie? Like, what can we do? How can we expand on the character to make them more mainstream, to make them more well known, to really boost their powers and give them a compelling story to get the attention they deserve? Well, Angela, like I said, she was a request, but she had always been kind of enigmatic to me. Like, she had a lot of buzz, but there just wasn't as much talked about her. Like, I was glad to find what I could, and if we're being honest, I think her look gave her the fame as opposed to her story. She's scantily clad. She's a warrior woman, I think it was her look. I think she got popular because of her look. And for that really sucks, but it is what it is, right? Like, I wish they could have written her better. I really do. I really don't have an expansion for Angela at this time, and that's mainly because I'm only covering her time in Image Comics. I just don't feel like she's been around Marvel enough to, like, she's been in Marvel and she's actually taken like big steps in Marvel, but I think she's still growing, so that's why I don't want to take on that helm. But and Marvel, and I didn't want to get into her Marvel history because they changed it up. They changed up some of her stuff to fit in with Marvel. And that's not the Angela I knew. Like I said before, part of my agreement to cover Angela was I would only do the Image Comics version. And I want to encourage you all to send in your requests. Like, is there anyone that you want me to cover? Because I think it'd be great. Now, I love doing the show. and I want to keep hearing your perspectives. There's a couple people online, on YouTube that love having conversations in the comments. And I absolutely love that and encourage it. I have a couple people that email me frequently. In fact, one of them has a request that will be covered probably in the next few weeks. But yeah, it's gonna be great. I'm here for everyone. I'm here for the fans. I'm here for the audience. And I love having these discussions. So I want to encourage you guys. You're all awesome. So let's keep those coming. I really don't have a whole lot more now. So I'm going to head out. But everyone, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for continuing to listen. I'm going to keep spitting these out. Keep coming back to me with more. Because I love it. I love you guys. I'm working on stuff to get live shows in. In fact, I'm might already have one or two done by the time you guys hear this. So, yeah. But everyone, I hope you all stay blessed. I hope you all stay happy. I hope you all stay safe. And I hope you all stay smart. And if you're not smart, don't get caught. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.